chest day. Had minor technical difficulties with my body. Um, back. My back's not the issue. I always have a tight back, so I'm trying to like sit upright so I don't slouch. But the technical difficulties with my body, um, I believe I'm having like some sort of an allergic reaction to like a detergent. I'm at my parents' place. Um, and luckily, I don't believe like the only really visible spot, kind of, in terms of visible for like what I'm wearing right now, is like right in the crook of my elbow. But like all up in here, hives, red rash or whatever. Same thing around like my hips. So that's not comfortable. That's irritating. Uh, and obviously, pushes my schedule back. So I was like trying to figure out like, okay, hold on, let's do a quick little rundown of what's been going on with me the past day or so to make sure that it is just a detergent thing and not, you know, like actually something to like care about. So running a little behind. As you guys know, I don't like running behind. I like having my routine and my schedule, and I like sticking to it, and I feel very weird when I don't. So that is the gist or the catch up for today. There's a little spot right here that you probably can't even see that's currently itching me. But nevertheless, going to the gym, doing chest, not at my regular gym, at a different location. So there's going to be some modifications to our typical chest routine. Uh, what I've been doing for the past few sessions, I guess, is Smith incline, plate loaded decline, plate loaded converging press, and flies. Pec deck specifically. Pec deck's still going to be in there. They have a pec deck here. Um, I don't I don't like many of their Smith machines at this location, so I don't think that I'm going to do Smith press. I don't know what I'll replace that with. I don't really feel like doing plate loaded. I don't really like doing plate loaded machines when there's. It's not that it bothers me. It's like when I know there's a pin loaded version of that same machine, I like doing that. Um, so it feels like extra time wasty when I'm doing a plate loaded machine that I know a pin variant of it exists. I'm sure you're probably like, oh, well, there's pin variant versions of declines at my machine at home. Yes, but it doesn't have a belt. I really like belting in when you're doing like heavy decline press machines because most of them, the way that their angles are set up, you're going to be kind of inherently sliding up the seat. So that is obviously something that I'll just have to figure out and see what I want to do when I get there. Something I know that I'm going to swap probably my decline movement with. Maybe a good bit, probably decline and converging, maybe even and incline. They have a, I'll just have to show you guys when I get there. They have one of those cable machines that have the adjusting like two arms that swing up and down and also in and out. So you have a lot of variability in terms of how you want to, adjust your resistance angles. And I've gotten to use one of those for chest like once or twice before when I was on vacation visiting my brother up at, not vacation, but visiting my brother up at his school for his graduation. And so I really like that. I feel like, there's so much adjustability that you can really get the exact, you know, what's the word? You can really hit the exact fibers of your chest in the exact way that you want to. Um, and there's a great stretch, I feel like. So, Um, the one that I used when I visited my brother had a built-in bench. I don't think this one has a built-in bench, so I'll have to obviously move one to line it up, because that's the only thing that I don't like about doing cable flies is, especially once you get a little bit stronger and you're putting more and more weight, especially relative to like your actual body mass, there becomes a lot of effort into having to like counterbalance against the resistance of it pushing back against you. And often you'll find that you might have to, like, if you're a bigger or stronger guy, you might have, I feel like this would probably apply to everybody actually, but it almost becomes more useful to do like a pressing movement, because it's a little like a pressing with the fly, pressing with the cable, as you're just going to be able to set up your positioning a little bit better to balance against the cables trying to pull you backwards. Um, so that's the one thing I don't like about doing a cable fly type movement, is the lack of bracing or stability, I guess. So that's why I really like, if I'm doing them, I like doing them with a bench, kind of like I did them last chest video. Um, the only downside is it's irritating to set up the bench. This light's taking forever. Wow. Should not have came this way. But I mean, it's not like it's that inconvenient. I complain about things, so. But but yeah. So I mean, that's the gist of it. There's not too much left in the car ride, so I don't really have much to actually jibber jabber about right now. So I'll see you guys in there. I'm gonna put some music on, get in a good mood to go lift, and yeah, see you guys. Thank you. Yep. Okay. Like I said, I'm not the hugest fan of the Smith machines they have at this location, so, and I get annoyed with specifically this machine, so I was like, you know what, like a barbell try. Felt better than I was expecting, but it just feels so like, I mean, I can just tell that's like not a movement I've been training for a while. I mean, I haven't barbelled in the past year or two. I've probably barbelled 2 times. I just don't do a lot of free weight stuff. Nothing wrong if you want to do free weight stuff. It's just the way I train. I just don't incorporate them. They're not needed if you're training for specifically physique goals. But there's also nothing wrong with incorporating them if they work for you and you enjoy them and they allow you to train hard because you enjoy them. But so it does kind of make me want to start implementing it back in, because it is kind of cool throwing weight around on the bar. But I don't know. I'll just have to make that assessment if it feels worth it to me to incorporate for me personally. All right, let's do this set. Okay. Oh, chest day. I finished probably like 45 minutes ago. Um, got a serious fucking pump, and then I did a serious session of yapping. Um, saw an, I don't know if it really qualifies as an old friend, but I'll say old friend because I like the guy. I don't know him well enough. I feel like, but I'm gonna call it anyways. James Mapp, pretty sure is his name. Uh, used to be a big name powerlifter. I want to say he has like a world record or had in deadlifting. Anyways, saw him today at the gym. And so, after my session, I was cleaning up my stuff, like, packing up my bag, uh, and just got to yapping about gym, yapping about, bodybuilding, powerlifting, yapping about life. Super nice guy. But yeah, so session went relatively quick. I mean, geez. I don't remember exactly what time I got here, but I want to say all things considered, I think I got in and out of there in 2 hours. That's including the yapping. Uh, that's to make me little less pale, maybe. Yeah, whatever. Sure, I'm gonna be pale regardless. We'll diet Sprite. Uh, it looks like this because I filled it up with some other diet drink while I was at work yesterday after I finished it. But so little things to talk about. Workout went great. So glad I came. Had a filthy gross pump. Spit a little bit. Yeah, absolutely gross pump. Um, gone a little too long, so my blood sugar's starting to go down. So I gotta really get my brain thinking about what I'm trying to say. So pump was good. Took some videos to send to my coach for check-ins. Might throw those in the YouTube video. Who knows? I was kind of nervous to do it because if I throw the clips in the YouTube video, you'll see what I'm talking about. The like rash or hives that I have from the detergent thing. Like I know what it is, like whatever, but I just don't want like to be taking my shirt off at the gym or in the locker room and like the people around me thinking like, oh, dude's coming in here with like a staph infection or some type of like skin infection on. So I was chatting with the guys around me. I was like, do you guys mind if I record a video real quick for my coach? I just want to say like stuff on my skin. It's from a switch of detergent. I don't have like a skin infection. They were laughing. Nice people. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't want to come today because of the rash. As I mentioned on the way here, it got me out of my routine. I very much struggle mentally with not being in my routine. And then, so on top of that, put me in a poor mood. My body's itchy. I'm uncomfortable. I'm like behind. I'm like, oh, this sucks. I just want to take a rest day. I haven't had a rest day in probably weeks. I don't know. And, by all means, I could have taken a rest day. Little low battery warning. But so yeah, so by all means, could have taken a rest day, and I don't think anybody would have batted an eye or thought like, oh, what a puss or like whatever, like valid reason. But the point I want to talk about is I'm very glad I didn't, and I feel that most often in life, the things that you don't want to do, assuming this isn't like somebody like peer pressuring you into like chain smoking cigs. But if it's something beneficial, like I don't want to get up early and go to this class. I don't want to finish this homework assignment. I don't want to get up and do my cardio. I don't want to go to the gym. More often than not, whatever level of disliking you have towards doing that action, you're gonna have a superb or superior level of pride in yourself for going and doing it even if you go and you have a shit workout's better than no workout. Um, and I feel like a lot of times the days that you don't want to go tend to be the days that can be some of your best sessions. You know, could sit here and say maybe that's God trying to give you a bit of a little pat on the back and a bit of a little sign to, hey man, you're doing the right things. All right, I caught the thing, fell down. It's in a funky position, but I got it back up. But yeah, I mean, you could sit here and say it's whatever you want to say. Not going to get into that, but nevertheless, the point is, unless you're like sick and actually further detrimenting and damaging your body, I rarely can I think of an actual situation where you'll have a day that you didn't want to lift for whatever the reason, and you got yourself up, you forced yourself, you dragged yourself to the gym and made yourself go do the session. And by the time you're done, you're not going to sit back and be like, God, I'm glad I went and did that. Why would you? You went and did fucking hard shit that most people aren't going to do on most days. You stayed committed to your goals. So I don't know. Whatever type of motivation you can get from that, if it's even motivational. Uh, I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I feel like you don't have to get too wordy with it or fancy with it in terms of trying to make it sound all special. The gist is, I didn't want to go, and whether the reason you don't want to go is subjectively or objectively a valid or an invalid reason, almost 100 times out of 100, you are going to feel better having just force yourself to go and do the shit that you don't want to do. I mean, I'm not going to get smaller because I made myself go and get a chest pump. I'm not going to lose gains because I made myself go and get a workout in. You're not going to lose gains because you made yourself put down that meal before bed that you didn't want to put down. You guys get the point. Anyways, good session, good lift. I think I did like 12 total sets. I want to say I did like 3 or 4 incline movements, like 5 or so on that cable fly. That was feeling really good. And then about 3 or so on the pec deck. So that's the lift, that's the video. Pretty straightforward chest day.